The following podcast may contain strong language. Listener discretion is advised.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Hallmark of Greatness, the podcast that makes you get a dog even if you don't want one. I'm Joe, and with me as always, the dog biscuit making, nutcracker hating, and always twirling, it's Barney.
My dog's called Barkley.
And the woman who has to take the stairs in every office building after inappropriate jokes about holding the doors and going down in the elevator ended up with her being reported to HR, it's Katie.
Those sex elevators will get you.
Right in the sex elevator. If you would like to keep up to date with all the Hallmark of Greatness gossip, you can follow us on Twitter at Hallmark of Great, all one word, or we are on Instagram and Facebook at Hallmark of Greatness. If you are some kind of mystical elf from the future, you can send us an email if you've got a Christmas film you want us to watch. We will watch it. Hallmarkgreatness@gmail.com.
We will watch it, but we probably will complain as well.
I mean, that's all we do is complain, isn't it? Really? No, I quite enjoyed this week one.
I've watched this one twice.
I wouldn't go that mad. I watched it once and then I watched it again so I could make notes on normal speed.
I didn't watch it the second time. I usually watch it a second time, and I didn't have time this week, so you two are the experts this week.
Well, I wouldn't say experts. I mean, let's get into it then. Bye. We are covering 2022's Christmas with Yous.
Right.
Starring everyone's favourite junior prince, Freddie. That was weak. Have we bothered with a synopsis for this? Nope.
No, because we said they're all the same theme. It's just different bits slotted in, different plots.
To be
There's
fair.
not much to go
Interchangeable.
on, is there? Christmas with You. There's not much you can riff on there, is there?
The actual synopsis of it is... I've lost it. I'll just use this one. The story follows a pop star who's got a career burnout and escapes to a small town where she finds not only inspiration, but a shot of love.
A shot of love.
And tequila.
Tequila.
So much tequila. That abuela's awesome.
Yeah.
I had issues with that, though. I was like, why are you sitting outside in the cold?
Why not? Because she's inappropriately dressed for the weather.
That's true. Yes. Let's get into it. Yeah, that's everything. Everything ticked off that list. We open with not San Francisco. No. Establishing shots of New York City.
New York City.
So good, they named it. And yeah, we get we get a shot of that skating rink they always show us at the Rockefeller Center.
Yeah, with the big tree.
The big tree there, the one they go to in Elf. Yeah, and some other establishing shots of skyscrapers and like sort of grim looking buildings. But we're introduced to the heroine of this film, Angelina,
yeah.
who is doing some sexy dancing, which took me by surprise because I was like, am I on the wrong film here?
She's got
She
a theme of doing sexy dancing.
She enjoyed the musical episode of Lucifer so much she decided to make a whole film.
I don't know if that's true.
You have to wait for the facts.
I've never watched Lucifer, so I don't know. But yeah, I add it to the list of things I haven't watched. Yeah, she's having a dance about, and she's like, no, we need to be better at this, and the pose needs to be stronger at the end. And I was like, well, just do muscle man pose. That's the strongest pose there is.
Which way is the beach pose?
Yeah. Have you seen Tickets for the Gun show or something about pythons? I can't remember.
There's the one about the swans that's on my list.
Oh, yeah. But yeah.
Where's the vets? Because these swans are sick.
That's the one. Yeah. But we're introduced also to her assistant / best friend / hanger-on, Monique, who is very good at her job.
Too good. I would like an assistant like that. Just a life coach / assistant.
Just always there. To do
Doesn't
your
even-
bidding.
Doesn't even get to go to her own Christmas day. She's at Angelina
No, she doesn't,
every day.
does she?
No.
She's just vibing.
She's just vibing. And yeah, they're supposed to be. Oh, what was it? Doing some sort of fashion shoot thing later on, but she's having
Gonna be on the front page of something, isn't she?
Of
goodmusic.com.
Pop magazine.
Nicepopgirls.com.
Angelina is not a nice pop girl. She's gyrating in them PVC trousers later on. A quinceañera as well, which is not appropriate.
No.
I had to look up what that was. Yeah, and she's very much of the, like, she knows she's on the downturn of her career.
Yeah, she's past the, what do they call it in that comedy program? The last fuckable year of being a woman. Like in 31.
Yeah, no, I get, there was moments of this when I was like, this is quite tragic. Like, this is genuinely what
happens, though, isn't
this
it?
is what happens to women in the especially in like the entertainment industry. It's like once you get past 32, that's it. You're just Maggie Smith for the rest of your life, aren't you? You're just playing old ladies.
Episode of Maggie Smith's mentioned.
You're playing a woman. Suddenly, you're playing a woman who's 1 year younger than you.
But she meets her producer, Barry.
Who's an absolute ass.
Barry the billionaire. And I'm like, you're not, mate. And you're going to be on Saturday Night Live or some shit as well. And she's like, oh, great, that's good. But she needs to write new music.
Yeah. She's just rehashing the same songs, isn't she?
She's doing the hits.
Classics that everyone likes.
Tends to be the same song, though, throughout this. It's like Elevate Your Love all over again.
Listen.
but with more gyrating.
There was 2 songs in this. And then we're introduced to Miguel.
Miguel.
Freddie Prinze Jr., who does have Latino heritage, so it's okay. Because I was like, he looks very white.
I said that.
No, well,
I had to Google it, because I was like...
His mother is watching soap operas.
What are they called? The Spanish one?
Telenovela.
Yeah.
I love telenovelas. I had to teach a Spanish lesson once, and I was like, I can't speak Spanish. So, here you are, guys. And I put it on, and the woman was in her underwear getting ready for a wedding. And then she ran to the church, and then her husband's bee was chasing her, and then because he was having an affair, and then she got ran over by a car, and the class was like, "Oh, this is amazing!" And this all happened in 15 minutes.
Yeah, they're the exact opposite of Indian soap operas where nothing happens.
There's like an attractive man on the screen that the abuela is very attractive.
Well, we find out that is Ricardo, who is Angelina's sort of boyfriend, but it all seems to be for like publicity.
For show, yeah. I think they were dating and then they broke up, but they realised that they wanted to keep it going for show.
Yeah, because they need all the follower TikTok bollocks. So she's watching this telenovela. He's walking around with a guitar for some reason, like fucking Jeff Jarrett. And then she goes upstairs, and there's just a child jumping on a bed. And I'm like, you're too old to be jumping on the bed. No more monkeys jumping on the bed.
She's getting it all out before she's 15.
Yeah, when
is that the official cut-off age?
Yeah, no more jumping on the bed.
Right, fine. But she stands there and she's videoing herself, and I thought, this is very strange. Because I watched, I don't know whether you've seen it, Assassination Nation.
No.
You'd like it, Katie. It has a lot of things that are very right on in it. But not in a... It's... What's the thing with... Is her out Spider-Man in it? Where it's all sexy teenagers having parties and doing sexes with each other.
Oh, Euphoria.
It's the same people that did that, and it's shot in a very similar way. But it has a lot to say about like social media and the perception people have about women and stuff. And then just guns. And I was like, where were the guns at the start? We had to do all that boring talking. Anyway. And she's like, oh, come on, play guitar in my video. And he's like, no, I don't play anymore. Ever since your mother died. We never found out what happened to her.
No.
She died.
She died.
And he's
and
like...
Then he does agree to play the guitar in the background, doesn't he? Eventually, but off screen.
Off screen. He doesn't want his face on there.
No. And she does a sort of very emotional sing to camera.
She sings... We find out later on that Barry wants Angelina to write a Christmas song because there's money to be made there in it. And she
He
goes,
references Mariah Carey, doesn't he? She said she makes enough a year
to buy a small island, I think she said, didn't she?
It's probably true.
I genuinely believe that Mariah Carey has made more money from that one song than from all the rest of them put together. It's
absolutely
all it takes. I mean, it keeps Noddy Older in hats, doesn't it, every year? Cliff Richard, it's the only thing that's keeping him going, is the hope that he can get another Christmas hit in this year.
And Bublé.
Oh, Mickey Bubble. Yeah, but he's a chode. Yeah. And so Monique lies and says that, they've got something in the works, while, like, Angelina's waving celery at her.
No.
Because she's on the lettuce diet as well, which I thought was genuinely quite funny.
Oh, that's so sad, isn't it? Because this is later, but like, she says, I switched to arugula at week 2, and you've never
exciting.
It's very exciting. If you've never tried it.
Yeah, but it is like all those silly fad diets of like intermittent fasting and only drinking cayenne pepper and lemon water and stuff. It's just eat things in moderation and do some exercise, isn't it? Really, that's one trick to a flat tummy.
You just faint, wouldn't you, if you tried to do any exercise having just eaten salad?
Well, I was thinking that because she's gyrating around, didn't she? Like, it's a lot of energy being burned, and then if you're just eating basically crunchy water.
Just imagine sat on a bus eating a bag of rocket.
I feel like
but not a whole bag.
No.
I feel like I'm more attracted to salad now. You said it's crunchy water. I'm like, I want to eat
That's what I'd call it. I'd open a restaurant that just serves lettuce and call it crunchy water.
Would you have different leaves depending on what week it is?
No, I do like.
Would you rate them on crunchiness? Like iceberg lettuce being the crunchiest of all.
It gets no bookings on iceberg day because iceberg sucks.
All lettuce sucks.
You just said you like rocket.
Rocket's kind of peppery though, isn't it? Yeah, but no, you could get like a mix. You could get a sample platter of like
mixed salad.
Iceberg
up
to spicy. Yeah, rocket. Like, you know.
Would you just get a different bag of salad from it? Like mixed salad. Every day. Be like, look at this.
There you go. Have some of that. Yeah. We got off way off topic.
Pea shoots today.
Ooh, pea shoots.
Oh, I love pea shoots.
Yeah, see, you're all mocking it, but now there'll be some fucking hipsters in Shoreditch. This will be happening next week now. So yeah, she's like, okay, I'll write this thing. She's sitting there at a piano trying to write this song, and she's like, I know what I'll do. I'll vanity search my name.
Feeling down, Google
and
yourself.
She comes across.
It sounds like a euphemism. Google yourself.
in the sex elevator. Is she called Christina, his daughter?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
Christina.
so.
I've just got her as the girl all the way through it. She is singing this song to the camera, and she says like it was a song that her and her mum used to sing at Christmas, and it means a lot to her. And Angelina sort of tears up a bit and is like, "Oh, well, that was that makes me think that maybe I should keep doing this and not duck out." That's a bit weird. I didn't understand it.
I think she thinks about her mother as well, doesn't she? When she references her mother, because her mum's mysteriously died as well. We don't know why.
Well, Angelina's
that's their connection.
Angelina's 42, isn't she? If she's a day.
I think she is exactly 42.
Oh, is she? Right, no, I'm just saying because otherwise Miguel's batting well out of his fucking league. So the next day they go to this fashion show thing, and she basically gets bumped for some younger lady, Cherry.
Cherry. I was going to say Crystal, but then Cherry.
Some kind of
random stripper name.
Dugong. And Barry's like, yeah, you're out. You're too old. Your TikToks are rubbish.
Your tits.
Get them sorted out. Your MySpace page is Todd. Your Club Penguins out and she sort of stomps off a bit. She has a bit of a paddy at it, which is understandable.
Yeah.
And this was the bit where I was like,
dressed up and everything.
She was on the lettuce diet, the crunchy water diet,
the
CW diet, but this was the bit I was genuinely like, this must happen so much to people though, like because. It's like Lady Menudo, isn't it, when they just replace them? That's a reference for nobody, but yeah.
Menudo.
Menudo were a Latino boy band. Ricky Martin was in Menudo, but when you got to like 16, you were just booted out and they replaced you with someone else.
Like the Sugar Babes.
I mean, there's more to it than that with the Sugar Babes, I think.
Probably.
But like, is it like the K-pop bands and stuff? Like, they just replace people constantly. I think. I don't know. But yes. But with this, it is just that thing of you're too old. We've replaced you with someone. And that's because I was like, if I was that Cherry, I'd be like, this is going to be me in a couple of years. Like.
But yeah, instead she fires over a like bitchy comment. Or whether it's supposed to be bitchy from Cherry, but she definitely receives it as a bitchy comment. She goes,
Cherry's not bitchy, is she?
Well, I don't know if she was meant to be bitchy at that stage and then they make up later, because at that stage she goes, I could never pull off something so vintage.
Yeah, it's sort of backhanded compliments, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think it's meant vindictively, but
She definitely takes it as a...
she's sort of a non-character anyway.
Yeah.
So Angelina stomps off and she's like, right, we're going to go and visit this girl off the internet because she gave her address in the fucking post, which is a recipe for disaster.
I need to connect with my fans right now, she says.
She says, we'll drive the limousine. And then she makes Monique drive her, and they just leave the chauffeur at the side of the road who does some great, what do I do now? acting.
Because I'm like, was that his car? Like,
I think it's leased, isn't it? Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with myself now? Have a day off.
Have a day off, yeah.
Just go down the docks, buy
Get
some
in a
fish.
taxi.
My bag was in that car.
Oh, my insulin! And they drive in, and like they keep getting phone calls from, is it Barry or Ricardo? Someone keeps phoning them.
Ricardo, because Monique's got him as the ex or something.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Because
yeah,
he
that
wants
was
to
it.
have some promo fit pictures with her, doesn't he?
He keeps walking about with this girl.
His gram pictures.
Yeah, with this girl with pink hair and a ring light.
Mm.
So they're driving, and they drive to her school.
American schools are not very good at safeguarding.
So they just walk in. Me and
just
James
walk
said
in.
this.
Whereas in Britain, you've got to get through 3 gates and get past the receptionist in order to get in.
And we don't have guns, so...
She just wanders into the corridor and there's one of those like air fans, so her hair blows up.
And she ends up meeting Christina and Miguel. And she's like, she's in like the headmaster's office. Yeah. And then they bring her in and they're like, do you want to take a selfie? And you said that would be your dream. And I was like, dream bigger? Like, become president or, invent a cure for cancer or something. Not have my photograph taken with an aging Latino pop star.
Oh. And then it starts snowing.
And then, in the
Uh-oh.
space of 30 seconds, 8 inches of snow have fallen, and Miguel says, yeah, go on.
You can't drive home in that.
You can't drive home in that. Come and get in my car and drive to my house, because that's somehow bad.
Where I promise to not murder you.
Drive to my house where the roads are clear, and you can have dinner. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, she's like, no, we have to go. And Monique's like, no, come on, it'll be fun. So they drive there in their car, Miguel and Christina, and they follow in the limousine.
Yeah, I mean, it was only 2
why
hours.
Why couldn't you have just driven back home?
It was only 2 hours that they were. It wasn't like they were driving for hours and hours.
No.
It was probably half an hour home to Miguel's house. Anyway.
In the snow. No, that's what I mean. It's not like his half of the town wasn't being snowed in. Maybe it's just his spicy thingy that melts the road in front of him. Spicy rhymes. So yeah, they get there. This was quite funny. She puts plastic bags on her feet because her shoes are suede or something.
From designers.
The designers. Oh, that was quite funny because she's walking around like Bambi on ice. Oh, that's daft fun.
At least they recognised that rather than that vet woman who walked around in the. What episode was that? Christmas Under Wraps, where she.
No, she's the doctor, isn't she? She's not a vet.
The doctor. Oh yeah.
The tiny hammer. The tiny hammer. Remember the tiny very far away Thor. She comes in and he's made some sort of dish. It looked like yellow soup. I don't know. And this was the weird thing. Like Angelina and Christina go upstairs. And then, they have, this weird heart-to-heart. And Angelina dumps a load of stuff on this 15-year-old girl. Big emotion dumping on her. And she was just like, oh, I don't think I'm your friend anymore. Because it was just very strange. She's like, oh, my mum died as well. And I never got a quinceañera. And all this jazz. While Miguel and Monique are just getting pissed in the kitchen.
Yep.
Which is what I'd be doing. Grandma comes back. And she just like, oh, everyone's got a beautiful face, which I thought was fun.
But you're too skinny, she says to Angelina.
She says, oh, you're dating Ricardo. You're too thin for him.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, let's not body shame the woman.
No.
She won't eat any of the yellow soup. She just wants beans.
Yeah,
Full of protein.
Beans are the Mexican lettuce.
Yeah, and then the grandma forces her to eat some soup, and then it's like she's never had nice food before. She's like has the tiniest mouthful, doesn't even chew, and it's like, oh my god,
She pretty
this
much
is
has an
amazing.
orgasm over yellow soup.
Yeah.
Mulligatawny. And yeah, and then they're sat outside. No, sorry. Then she walks past and sees that there's this piano there. And she's like, oh, I see you're writing something.
This is my favourite bit.
But what if you changed it? And I'm like, get your fucking hands off. I don't come around your house.
She goes and plays 2 bars of it, says, home is where the heart is. Very like
Not
pathetically.
tunefully, yeah.
And then she's like, this is good. And it's like, how can you tell it
This
good?
line you've written.
This really nondescript, cliched line is really good.
2 chords in a line, yeah. And he's like, oh, it's just something I used to do. And then Christina's like, oh, he used to be in a band. And she's like, oh, really? And then they're all like wetting their pants about this. And it was a bit weird because I didn't. And then they sit there and they start writing this stuff. And she's like, oh, maybe we should do this. And then they go, for some reason, even though it's snowing, they go and sit outside to have a heart-to-heart, to have a little bit of a chat, shit.
But she convinces him by saying, you'll be listed as a co-writer and make a shit ton of money. And he's like, well, okay then.
I thought this was going to be their let me explain moment. So she was going to just do it anyway and then not tell him. But no, she just laid it all out there. And
No,
said,
I mean, she's an
we're going to
honest
do
lady.
it together. You'll get money. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. You'll get a co-writing thing. You'll get royalties. If it's a Christmas hit, that's you set for life, sunshine. You can jack in that teaching job.
Just look at Mariah Carey.
Or Noddy Holder. Or Justin Hawkins.
I'm trying to think of some more. My mind has gone blank.
that sausage roll prick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is, and not even allegedly, is an absolute menace to women. I've seen some shocking video of him. Worse than a lift.
Worse than a lift?
What?
Yeah, he goes, okay, fair enough, we'll work on this together because you're stopping over now, apparently.
Yeah, there's no reason why they need to stay over.
Because it snowed another 16 inches. It's just snowed in. It's like Canada.
They're so
Look
snowed in,
at
but they
that.
can also sit outside.
Yeah, and then Granny comes out and she's like, oh, okay, you have to go in now because we need to do some girl talk. And then Granny just busts out a bottle of tequila and I'm like, good lass. Just sit outside, get hypothermia and leathered.
Beer jacket on, no problem.
The cardigan. Angela puts Monique to bed because she's pissed.
She is so pissed.
And then she goes to bed and she has like a sort of look on her face. And then wakes up in the morning like...
Yes, she didn't seem that pissed the night before, and then she wakes up like death.
Yeah.
Like...
Miguel's outside shoveling snow because it's tight.
It's Hallmark Dad stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Christina's just watching. She comes out looking like death, and he goes, oh, here's my coffee. I haven't done nothing to it. I'm like, what an odd thing to say, Miguel.
Well, now I think you have.
Yeah. And she drinks that, and he's like, oh, well, we can't work on the song because we've got to go and do some terrible dance rehearsals in a church hall. And she goes, oh, it's all right. I'll come with you for some reason. And I was like, you've been in them clothes since yesterday.
In those PVC leather.
No, she's in like a dress with like a furry coat on it, too, like a Muppet.
No, she's on like leather trousers and a crop top and the furry coat over the top, and she's
it's got a
wore them
stink in
to
there,
bed.
isn't it? Yeah, sleeping in leather trousers. Oh, what a menace. But yeah, they go to this church hall where they meet Angela's aunties. No, sorry, Christina's aunties, who are just generic Spanish women.
Never go anywhere with that, do they?
Who
They turn up at the end again. But,
who just go, oh, when she comes in. And Norman, that's Italian, isn't it? Norman Price. Yeah, and they're doing this practice dance thing. which I didn't know was a thing. I thought like a quinceañera was just like a
party,
like a bar mitzvah sort of thing, or a bat mitzvah. Like you just have a
Well,
party,
it is.
you dance with your dad. I know that, and then like that's it. But they're doing Backstreet Boys route, like, bye.
But in the actual quinceañera, she comes out after all her mates, like a wedding. It's very strange.
My knowledge of it is limited to like an episode of
I just thought it was a bit
Superstore.
weird.
And
I was going to say Superstore.
Oh yeah.
I'm so high right now. But then Angelina's like, no, you're doing it wrong. You need to do some of this. And starts like...
I thought this was so strange because it's like, oh, I can see where you're going wrong. You've just missed a bit. Add in this bit of choreo. And at first she starts doing this sort of gyrating sexy dance.
like...
And the dad in the background is like, no.
The smell coming from your leather pants is awful, love.
Oh,
Stop.
God. Like
But then she's like, well, what about this instead? And like proceeds to like choreograph like 8 bars worth of stuff. And it's like...
And it's all very left and right and left and right and up and down and turn.
Sorry, I can see where you're going wrong. You missed out 8 bars of music.
She said it was the tempo. She said it was the tempo change.
Yeah.
And I was like, there was no tempo change.
All the music. So I quite like this film, but all the music was proper bland all the way through.
It's generic, isn't it? You think with a
Generic
big
bland.
star like FPJ, they'd have got someone proper in. But here we go.
Yeah.
So they do that, and then they would sit down and a chat, and she's like, "Oh, I never had a quinceañera because I was on tour with
Someone,
Cher,
someone
Wasn't that
famous.
Jennifer
Yeah.
Lopez?
Jennifer Lopez, yeah."
Which I thought was a callback to her character in Lucifer, but then I thought I'm just thinking too much into this now.
I've not watched Lucifer either.
She was called Miss Lopez. I can't remember her first name, but yeah.
Oh, I've got
So I
it in
just thought
my.
that
You have to wait.
But-
Wait
Oh,
till
yeah.
the end.
Then they go back home. They work on this song some more, and then she sort of she's going, "What's the rhyme for this? We need this line here." And then she goes, "What was it? The line she said? Oh, I didn't write it down."
I didn't write it down.
She says like, "Is this the love we were looking for?" And he turns and goes, "What?" And she went,
No.
"The line."
No. She says, I can't think. I said, what do you do when you can't think at home? And she says, I run away or whatever. So he goes and takes her to a mystical garden.
He goes and takes her to a Christmas tree fucking warehouse. That's where he takes her.
It's like it's not quite New York City, but it's close. No, it's not. It's just
No, it isn't. It's got trees, mate.
I can't keep this love inside.
yeah. So
Yes.
it implies that she's saying it to him, and then he goes,
What? And she goes,
Pardon?
"That's the lyric. That's the missing lyric
That's
that will
the
turn this
missing
song
lyric."
from shite to top of the pops." And he
8 bars
goes,
of woohoo!
"And then do some of this dancing." Fucking like your man from Joy Division. So they go back, they finish this song, and then for some reason they put Christmas jumpers on. I think the smell got to everyone, and they were like, "Get changed because you stink." Although
Yeah.
that only leaves the daughter's underwear or the granny's underwear that they borrowed.
well, wait, they bought.
No, they
borrowed
get
all the
jeans as
clothes.
well.
They could have just gone to a shop and bought some, couldn't they?
I know
guess.
they borrow the clothes off the grandmother, I think, or the
Yeah.
grandmother sorts them out with some clothes.
But
I
those
don't
are very skinny jeans for grandma.
I know, that's what I thought. They perfectly fitting each woman as well, of different sizes.
Grandma's got an eye. It's fine.
Yeah, she could size you up, that grandmother.
And they're like they're getting around. They're finishing this song at the piano, and they're very. Oh, are they
Starting to
gonna
get
do?
close?
Are they
yeah.
gonna do a kiss? And then fucking Ricardo shows up in his little tiny sports car, and he's like, "Come on, we've got this gala to go to."
I know, and he gets a bit jealous, even though he's the ex. He's like,
Yeah.
what's her name? Angelina needs someone of a similar level of charisma, unlike you.
It's like, all right, get over yourself, pal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they've invited Angelina to Christina's party, and
Oh,
she
yeah.
invites them to this gala. And I've never been to a gala. I feel like it feels like something that happens constantly to other people in these films, but yeah, never been to one. Don't know what it is.
We'll hold our own.
Celebrities
Don't know what
never
it is.
turned up at my school either, so
Giant Haystacks
Oh, no.
came in once.
They wouldn't have got past the receptionist, I'm telling you.
no, that's true. So they just turn up, don't they? They like come dressed however, because we'll sort you out. And they
Yeah,
get
they
to
come,
do a little...
Monique comes and picks them up, and they're like, "Oh, we're not ready." And they're like, "No, no." And they put them in like a dress and a suit, and they sit at this thing, and
a makeover montage, don't they?
yeah, it's not a full one. It doesn't have them coming out with like safari suit
Different
on and them
dress-
going,
yeah,
"No,
yeah.
no, no," stuff like that, like a proper one does.
That was what this was missing.
I know that would have made it just tipped it over the edge, wouldn't it? Of just
Yeah.
And yeah, they get there. There's this. It looks like these are the most boring things to go to as well, because no one looks like they're having fun.
No.
Everyone's just sitting about, and apparently it's for charity. But why not just give them the money? And Angelina's on stage, and she's like, "Oh, I've done all my songs now. I'm going to do a new one." And I'd be like, "Boo! Don't finish with a new one. That's a mistake." And she goes, "Come on, Miguel, get up here." And he's like, "Nope."
No, we have not spoken about this. This is weird.
And then she bullies him. She turns like the house lights on him. Everyone's going, Miguel. And he gets up, and she's like, "It's just me and you. Just like in your front room sort of thing. Apart from these other dudes here as well who know the song."
And the fact she's dressed like a Quality Street.
Yeah.
With boobs.
No, well, I mean,
too big.
You couldn't miss them. They were just there.
There was a bit where she stood up, and because like she had two slits in the dress, it looked like she had a big flap down the front. And I was just like, big flap down the front, big flap down the back. Yeah, they do this song, and it's an alright song.
It's very dull, isn't it?
It's vanilla.
There can be no Christmas without you.
And I was disappointed there was not a rap.
Yeah.
What it needed in it was a rap.
Needed Mr. Worldwide.
Lindsay Lohan's one that she's done for her film has a rap in it.
Don't spoil it, Tommy.
I listened to the song.
Rude.
I listened to the song.
You're banned.
What? Right, I'm taking my ball.
You set us up, but you're not allowed to watch it with your hand over your eyes.
I listened to the song.
I'll get a face mask. You can put that over your eyes.
Oh, mate, Jesus saw what you did, and he's not happy. Yeah, so they do this song, and everyone goes fucking mental for it, like it's the best thing since sliced lettuce.
And they do like flirty, like she comes and sort of Marilyn Monroe
sits on the piano and does some doobie-doos at him.
Yeah.
And he's like, "That's the best thing I've ever done. I should have done this years ago. I should have like followed my dreams, and
I shouldn't have quit the band.
I should have took the band out of the garage." They keep saying, and it's a car hole. La-di-da. Yeah, and then Ricardo comes over and he's like, "Yeah, all right, pal, fuck off." And he's like, "Oh, that was rude." And then like they have like a small falling out about it, because she's like, we can work together and we can tour." And like Ricardo goes, "No, I have a job and a family."
Yeah.
And
then he kind of goes, "Was this just about the music for you? Because it wasn't for me." And I thought that was very pressuring, you know.
At this point, I was like, he does sort of like gaslight her into going, "Yeah, do you like me or not?" And I was like, "You're a grown man. Just write a note like everyone else does.
Yeah,
or get your mate.
Do you like me? Yes, no.
Yes, no. Or get one of your mates to go over and ask her, right? Like a proper human." And she sort of goes, "Yes, it was about the music." And he was like, what was it? I never thought I'd be able to let someone else in, and you've just ruined it." And she goes, "Oh, all right, bye."
Wait, I never said this was a date. That'd be weird.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm assuming I'm still going to get my royalty check in the post. Although all we did was shake on it. So how legally binding is that? Because I'm fairly sure Barry would have something to fucking say. So yeah, he goes home. She's miserable. It's the standard nonsense now, isn't it? He's moping around the house.
She's now bumped Cherry, and she's going to be doing Saturday Night Live.
Oh, yeah.
Based on the strength of this one performance at a gala, at a regatta.
Yes.
Yeah. So she goes to do this thing, and because it's the Saturday night that she's supposed to be at the quinceañera, and he's like, "Well, you have to come with that." And no, he says, "No, she'll understand. Don't worry about it." And then they get to this. Well, I say Saturday Night Live, a wall with people pushing clothes racks backwards and forwards.
And she's got a little Casio keyboard.
Yeah.
Home for Christmas. Like Sherry's been bumped for her. And she's like, "No, I don't want to do this. This isn't right." Is this where they make the joke about the penis? Was I just a penis to you?
Yeah, was it that, or was it like?
I think it was in the argument.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Was I just a penis to you? And I was like, "Oh, that's cheeky, isn't it?" And she goes, "Right, I have to go and go now. Cherry, you're doing this." And she's like,
I don't want to fight with you. I want to celebrate your achievements.
This is it. And it was good. It was like we should be with each other and not letting Barry push us around.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is it. You need to form a union of women.
And guns.
I mean, the guns can join if they want as well. I don't know. But yeah, they're at the quinceañera, and like she's like, "Cheer up, Dad! Like it might never happen." He gives her some shoes. Don't know if that's a thing that happens. But she looks made up with these sparkly shoes, like she can finally return home to Oz.
Like, you can only wear them till 12. You have to return home.
And then they have a bit of a dance and stuff, and everyone's crying, and it's quite nice, you know. And then her and her mates are about to do their weird dance, and boom, 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 boom. On the little stage behind them is Angelina, 2 dancers, and a rapping man.
Yay!
Yeah, there's a rap in this bit, which was so yeah. She does some incredibly not safe for quinceañera dancing, NSFQ, and like comes over and dances with Christina while the rapping man does a rap, and then like they sort of go, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry."
You are more than just a penis to me.
You're more than a penis to me.
It definitely must have been intentional.
I mean, it was pretty funny. I rewound that bit because I was like, they've not just said that, sure.
No, they got away with a U rating. They smashed it.
Well, yeah, and then they do a kiss.
Deep kissing.
Deep quinceañera kissing. And then, like, I thought, all right, that's it, that's that done. Nope, we get an extra bonus scene of someone going, "Wow, we're number 1," and everyone sitting around dressed like Dan from Roseanne.
I think I turned it off.
So much played.
It was like everyone was in red and black sort of lumberjack shirts. And then
Screams
they all
Christmas.
Oh, I did watch this.
Yeah, they all just sit about.
Outfits.
They all have a shot. And then it just like sort of ends. And I was like, what was this for?
The 2 aunties are back.
Yeah,
well,
at the end.
yeah.
It's Christmas Day, isn't it? Their aunties are back. Her assistant's there, even though surely she's got her
She hasn't
own
got a home
life
to go
to
to.
go to at Christmas.
I don't know whether it was Christmas Day or not.
Oh, I thought it was because I thought they were all in matching sort of pajamas.
I think they'd
Yeah,
all
it
just been
was
cutting
the
trees
Christmas
down
number
in the wilds of Alaska.
I'm a lumberjack and I don't.
Yeah, it was weird because it didn't. All it told us was that song was the number 1, and I thought, oh, there'll be more to that then. Nope.
But she's part of the family now because she's got a lumberjack shirt.
Everyone, the traditional Miguel family lumberjack shirt. And yeah, and then the film ends, and I was like, okay, up to that end section, I was on board with this, and it just ended very randomly. But yeah, I didn't mind this. As far as Netflix films goes, it's one of the better ones, I would say.
It was good.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I just thought it was quite a good film, but it was such a disappointingly dull song that they came up with that ruined it for me a little bit.
Yeah, but
if it just was a little bit more to the song.
Do you not think it's because we had Elevate Your Love last time?
We've been
and
spoiled.
My
I think
standards of high.
They've been elevated.
Twitter-bating. I mean, she didn't use that word, did she? Twitter-pated, sorry.
Twitter-pated by your love.
Your scores then, Barney?
Well, I watched this twice, though. I won't say really enjoyed it. No, I did. I really enjoyed it. It made me feel a bit old because of Freddie Prinze Jr. So I will give it 5 bottles of tequila.
Oh,
whoa!
That's a lot of tequila.
Imagine how many flags Ellis would be sick on with that.
Blanco or...
Yeah, I really like Blanco.
Oh. Katie?
I can't think of anything else that happened now. To come up
How
with
many
a
leather
scoring
pants would you give
system.
it?
1 stinky leather pants. No, 5 stinky leather pants. I think it was pretty good.
Is that good or bad?
Minus 3 stinky pants.
Just the legs. I'm going to give it 3 gold bowls of yellow soup.
Oh,
Again, it was quite fun. It was daft. It didn't drag.
No, I liked it. We've been
yeah.
we've been watching a lot of shit lately, and it was a welcome change.
Ah, lovely.
Aww.
You asked, you shall receive better music.
I've just got facts on the main 2 characters this week. So Angelina is played by Aimee Garcia, which Barney's already hinted at, is best known for Lucifer. So she was one of the top cast. She was in 80 of the episodes, which is out of 93. So she's pretty
I didn't know there was that many episodes of Lucifer.
Yeah.
About 5 series.
Yeah,
But
the
she's
American
like-
series are like 20 episodes
Yeah.
long, aren't they? Yeah.
She's like the CSI agent who comes and looks at all the bodies.
Yeah, she's called Ella Lopez.
Ella, that's them.
Yeah, I've not seen any of it. I watched the first couple of episodes, and for whatever, I don't think I disliked it, but I just didn't get into it. But I probably
Is
need to
it
give it more of a chance.
is it the same one with Idris Elba in?
I don't think so.
No. It's Tom Ellis as Lucifer.
I'm getting way confused here. I'm thinking of something else. Don't worry, ignore
It's
me.
the
Go
one-
on.
You're thinking of cats.
I'm always thinking of
He's
cats.
always thinking of cat. He loves cats.
Any available opportunity, I'm like, I wish I could see Judi Dench splayed out in a cat bed.
But with human hands.
Licking her own ass. Anyway, sorry.
I thought it was quite interesting when I was reading her bio that she seems to have quite a similar backstory to her character. So she made her professional stage debut at the age of 7 in Cinderella at the Auditorium Theatre. And by the age of 12, she was dancing 20 shows a month as Clara in The Nutcracker. So yeah, Nutcracker.
The Lynx.
The Lynx. So yeah,
Whirling.
she was performing. She wouldn't have had time for a quinceanera either. She'd have been performing out there. She was supposed to. This is quite a cool fact. She was supposed to participate on behalf of Mexico in the Winter Olympics in 2014 in the skiing event and trained herself for it, but didn't. It just says, but didn't participate in the end, and it didn't give me any reasons, and I can find out why she didn't.
Don't be asked.
But she just didn't.
That reads as they went, you're skiing for Mexico. And she was like, I don't know how to ski. So she went training. And
Oh,
There's 2 planks and a pole. You'll figure it out.
Just go down. Go with gravity. It'll be fine.
Don't fall over.
Don't hit any of the trees.
Don't Sonny Bono it. Yeah, you'll be fine.
And then I really like this. She writes comic books with her friend
Really?
AJ. Yeah, she's written 3 that I could find. One for Dungeons and Dragons at the Spine of the World. She's written.
Okay.
Glow, as in Glamorous Ladies of
Ladies
Wrestling.
of Wrestling.
Nice.
And the baby face. And the last one was Wonder Woman Black and Gold. And they're all like legit comic books. That she's written.
Yeah. Oh,
Pretty cool.
well
Yeah.
done
Might
there.
have to have a look at some of them.
I didn't know there was a
Yeah.
Glow comic. I might have to find that. Hopefully it finishes off the TV series that we're never going to get.
Yeah. And then, of course, the main man, the leading man in this is Freddie Prinze Jr. It's Miguel. So I put Miguel. Freddie Prinze Jr. is best known for his role in teen movies such as 1997's I Know What You Did Last Summer, 1999 She's All That, my personal favourite from the 90s, and 2002 Scooby-Doo. So lots of people think that he doesn't do much anymore, but he has got a wrestling reference again. He's got his own podcast on wrestling.
He's supposed to be starting his own company.
Oh. So yeah, he's a pro wrestling enthusiast, and the podcast features conversations about WWE.
Ugh.
And is he still
Would you
married to Sarah
dare?
Michelle Gellar?
Still is.
Right, he is. Yeah.
Wow, well done then.
They got married in 2002. I thought I'd do a little quiz with you guys.
Yes.
So
Quiz music.
Quiz.
There's a button that says quiz on it. I've never pressed it. Now we know it does that.
Can name all the films they're in together. It's quite a few.
I Know
of
What
them.
You Did Last Summer.
Yes, ding ding. That's where they met.
I still
Scooby-Doo
know
1.
What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, it's not on my list, so no, I'm not going to give you a point. But yes, Scooby-Doo,
Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters
Correct.
Island,
Oh, that's what it's called.
Monsters Unleashed. it was
Monsters
called.
Unleashed. It's a good
Yeah.
one. That. The Scooby-Doo
was-
films are actually really good.
Yeah.
I do like Scooby-Doo ones. I felt like they downgraded a lot after them, though.
Oh yeah. They jumped the shark.
Was he in Cruel Intentions? Or is that just her?
No, just her.
No.
There's a series that they were in together. Another film which I'd never heard of from 2006.
Was he in Buffy? Did he turn up in an episode of that in like The Initiative or something?
No, but I
Angel?
can think of the other way round. He was in something famous that she made a non-speaking cameo in.
What was he in?
This really excited me. I've already mentioned it.
Have you?
What's that program with Jimmy Carr? I've literally just said this.
Shit, what was she?
I said it was my favourite from the 90s.
Oh, is she in that? Is she? Fuck, what's it called? I know what you know. Shit,
She's
she's all that.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, so she made a non-speaking cameo in there. I don't remember that, but yeah, she came on in that.
Oh, fair enough.
And then they were in a film called Happily Ever, so N''ever, never after, in 2006. And then Star Wars Rebels from 2014 to 2018.
That'll be voices, that doesn't count.
It was on my list.
Oh, right, I didn't know that. That must be good. You could save money on petrol going to work, wouldn't you?
Yeah, commute together.
No, apparently he's quite happy to stay home, look after the kids, and she can go out because I think in his own words, she's more talented than I am.
Yeah. What's she in anymore, though, either?
Get on the Christmas gravy train, innit?
She'll be making cookies or something somewhere. Coming
soon
to a Hallmark film near you.
I think, has he not got a cookbook as well, Freddie Prinze Jr.? I'm fairly sure.
He's got a lot of fingers in a lot of pies.
He does, considering he's a stay-at-home husband. He's got loads of stuff going on.
I think all the kids are probably grown up a bit now, aren't they? So,
yeah, I guess so. If they 2002 got married.
Again, we're speculating that they've had kids. I don't even know if they have.
They definitely have. It's on my facts, but I didn't read it out. Yeah, 2 kids they've got, but I didn't make a note of their ages.
I mean,
they're not famous. They're not in the film, so you know.
Fuck them.
Balls to him.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Although I was going to talk about his dad, so he's Freddie Prinze Sr. I didn't really think about this, the fact that he was a junior. Just thought it was one of those American things that calling their kids after them. But he's got a famous dad, Freddie Prinze. He was a comedian, originally called Frederick Carl Prutzel, half Puerto Rican and half German.
That's a combination.
I know.
It is, isn't it?
He was a comedian who nicknamed himself Freddie Prinze to indicate that he was the prince of comedy.
The prince
But
of
not the
Freds.
king, no. He's got aspirations.
He's like, I don't want to be too full of myself. I'm the prince, not the king.
Yeah, but the prince is like cool, isn't it? The king's all stuffy and like, no, and the prince is sneaking out and yeah.
Having fun.
I've watched House of Dragons.
And he famously starred in the sitcom Chico and the Man, which I've never heard of.
Buenos noches.
And then I've got, like, unfortunately, Prince did suffer from depression and unfortunately died by suicide when Freddie Prinze Jr. was only 1. Freddie has talked quite intensively about this in interviews and the impact it's had on his family, which is really sad.
Yeah, so just a little moment here. You know, we like to have a lot of fun here, but we know that the holiday period can be extremely upsetting and depressing for some people, and maybe those dark thoughts that we all think sometimes are there and you think that no one cares, but we just want to say that we care. You are wanted and needed, and there is help out there. There is no shame in it whatsoever. And also, if you're having a fun time, check in with your friends and family who might not be having a fun time. We all need to look after each other because basically we're all we've got. We're going to put a whole bunch of UK phone numbers in the notes for this. And I've just found out that if you don't want to talk to someone, you can text someone, which is tremendous for people like me who hate talking on the phone. And if you don't want to do that, I mean, I'm by no means qualified to deal with this sort of shit. But if you want to just chat bollocks to someone, my DMs on Twitter are always open. Just think about it, innit?
That's really cool.
You're like I'm at the quinceañera.
Yeah, you need a dance routine to that.
Get your stinky trousers on, everyone.
I've got a bad one and a good one.
How is there a bad one?
Well, this one is from It's a Bad Movie, bruh.
Is that his handle? The handle?
Yep, it's a bad movie, bruh.
Oh.
Boring, predictable, and trite. 1 out of 10.
You're boring, predictable, and trite, brah.
I don't think at this point anyone has high expectations for a Christmas movie, so much as something with Christmas decorations and an uncomplicated story to put on in the background and half pay attention to while getting in the holiday spirit. Like that very much feels like the vibe Hallmark goes for with these. Yet, even with that bar on the floor, this movie still managed to annoy. Aimee Garcia stars in another role as Aimee Garcia. Freddie Prinze Jr. in his role as cardboard cutout that we're meant to accept as the love interest.
What?
I'm going to find him and
This
beat
person's
him around
never
the
met a
crotch.
woman.
Yeah.
They all like Freddie Prinze Jr. at any age.
I mean,
The
I'd
characters
have a go
have
on
a
Freddie Prinze Jr.
The characters have all the depth of a cereal bowl.
I mean, you've not seen
Oh.
this. You've not seen my cereal bowl, mate. I can get half a box of cereal in my cereal bowl. I don't have to get up twice. Then you see, smart.
There was nothing that
Just
rendered
bring
them
the
more
cereal
than
box with
tolerable.
you to the living room. Sorry.
Go on.
I said, you don't just bring the cereal box with you to the living room.
No, then I've got to take it back later, isn't it? Like, it's a
Oh, yeah,
nightmare.
true.
Don't eat a whole
you
tube of
send-
Weetabix in one go either. That's
Oh,
not
no,
fun.
no. I tell my son no more than 2
That's
Weetabix.
not a fun
Your
day.
Uncle Joe ate a whole thing of Weetabix.
Yeah.
Off silent for a
Yeah,
week.
I had to take a load of Diorolite because I was hemorrhaging liquid. Yeah,
Did it come out looking pretty much the same as well?
it's as I've said before, it was like shoes falling out of a loft. It was it was horrible.
My cousin once had just spoonfuls of hot chocolate powder and had a similar experience. Just didn't even dilute it, just ate hot chocolate
Would
powder.
that not be like that cinnamon thing that people would do? You like just pass it all out.
Dry.
Oh,
So
dry.
dry. It was so
So dry.
funny. I was kind of like, when you're the oldest cousin and you're supposed to be responsible, but you're also, 9 or something like
And I
that.
don't care. Eat the cocoa.
Eat what
Eat
you
it,
want.
you
She was
coward.
just so ill for the rest of my holiday. It was so funny.
So, top tips so far: don't eat a Thai tubes of Weetabix and don't eat cocoa powder raw because you'll get bum squits.
Also, don't eat yellow snow.
I mean, that goes without saying.
But yellow soup is really good.
Ah.
So, full circle.
It's confusing, isn't it? What to do and what not to do. Come on, let's finish off Bra's story.
There was nothing that rendered them more than tolerable for the course of the movie. The romance was laughably unbelievable, and the main thrust of the plot was insipid. If you're looking for background noise, this movie does a fine job of that. If you're looking for something to actually watch, though, this isn't it.
I think you're wrong.
I do
Try
too.
watching the other shit we watch, bruh.
Yeah, bruh.
Shall I send him what was it called? A Christmas?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas was the sex lift, which in hindsight isn't that bad. Now I think back on some of the stuff. It's all levels, but at the time I was very angry for Merry Christmas. So
our good one is from BeckNerd1234. 10 out of 10, adorable. I was delighted to see Freddie Prinze Jr. back acting. I never realised how long it had been since I've seen him in something. He was pivotal for my 90s movies viewing. Honestly, I only wanted to watch it for him. Ha ha ha. Sorry, everyone. I only really knew Annie from Lucifer, so this was a wonderful change of character. Ha ha ha.
I mean, Jesus.
This movie was everything I wanted and expected from a Netflix Christmas movie. Adorable, warm, fun, and music. Loved this. The cast was fun and charming. Those ladies sure can sing. I'll add this to my Christmas playlist. Rom-com Christmas movie for the win. On to the next.
Yeah,
Ha ha ha.
ha ha ha. I'd like to imagine they dictated that to someone.
Now I have a machine gun.
The voice thing that you try and use in the car that just doesn't work.
Yeah, or like the Alexa in my
Ha, ha,
kitchen
ha.
that doesn't understand simple commands.
Your Alexa's broken.
She fucking hates me. She got really sarcastic recently. Like, we do a daily quiz sometimes in there, and it was like, good guess. I fucking knew that, you cheeky rascal. But it's also like, you go play whatever it is. Okay, let's do that. No, just play it. I'm not trying to communicate with it. It's not back and forth.
You don't think it's your girlfriend?
Well, I came down the other day and it was talking to itself. It was doing something. And I was like, I'm not going in the kitchen.
Might set the toaster on you.
Was that the day that I came and says, and the printer was just printing something out? And I didn't go and look at it in case it was like, you're going to die or something. So I just left.
Say I do to death.
Say I do to death. Yeah. Just come downstairs, the printer's like printing this paper out. And it turns out it was just like a test page that it had done for some reason. I was like, no,
I need to test.
Printer. No, dangerous.
We plugged our Googles back in after the rabbits had eaten the leads. Ellis has bought new ones. We plugged them back in, and she told me she's planning her New Year's Eve party. I was like, "You're a little pebble on the table. Where are you going?"
I'm staying here, watching you die.
James quite sweetly said please to our Google Hub.
Well, I'm always polite.
And then it kind of gave him a little congratulatory tune, like, "Oh, thank you for saying please."
I always say please, even though it's a robot. You should always be polite.
Well, yeah, in case they take over. You want them to
Yeah.
remember how nice you were.
He was one of the good ones. Don't kill him with
To
the
be fair, I
toaster.
only asked mine for the weather. Even though I could just look out the window.
What's the weather like right now, Google?
Hey Google, is it snowing? No, you idiot.
But yeah, anyway, enough Google
Anyway.
talk. That got.
Oh, have we
I
not
got-
finished recording?
No. I mean, it all bulks it out, I guess. That was 2022's Christmas with News. With Freddie Prinze Jr. Yes. Right, stop it. Your favourite lines from the film?
Am I just a penis to you?
God damn it! That was what I had. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
If you like what we do, please consider giving a small donation to Manchester's Wood Street Mission. We know times are incredibly difficult for everyone out there, but anything that you can spare goes a long way towards helping some of Manchester's poorest at Christmas. There'll be links in the show notes. If you can donate, that's fine. You're under no obligation to. This will still be free. We just wanted to use what little tiny reach we had to try and make Christmas better for everyone.